Yeah, the beat is fire. I should contact that producer and I need him to do some stuff for me. That's a dope track. Good morning, everybody. It is 10 minutes before the hour, man. Feel like having a good time. Y'all at work? Where you working at, man? Shouts out to you. Where you work at? Don't put the address, but like the company. And then if you know anybody that's hiring, drop that in the comments as well. Let's help people out. I do agree with that part. No shoes in the house. I have carpet, and it's white. Well, mine's like a little cream color, but hey, I hadn't graduated. My coins have not gotten me to the place where it's all pure white carpet. Apartment. I don't live in an apartment, but it's that apartment carpet. The apartment carpet is cream. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know nothing about no apartment. You don't come from the struggle. If you know what I'm talking about the cream colored carpet. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All apartment got cream colored carpet, and it be dingy. And when you move in, they just have a company come and put the lines in there. Don't clean nothing. Image First Logistics, APS. They always hiring. She just didn't put the R. They always hiring. That's what I'm talking about. Representing. I just got off work, but Children's Health Care of Atlanta. All right, all right, all right. Oh, she worked overnight? Jesus. We got new carpets over here. Man, good morning, everybody. I appreciate y'all so much. Look, if you're looking for a job, I want to help you out as much as possible. If you all know people hiring, y'all drop that information in the comments below. I'll have you all know that Randy Thompson has on a pink and green shirt this morning. And at first glance, it looks like it says AKA. If you know, you know. But we'll move on from that. Yeah, man. Brandon, how are you? Good morning to you. I'm good, man. Chilling, holding out for the 99 2000. You heard me. Man, we got a lot to talk about today, but I only have a few moments. So do me a favor, like, share, and tag. Uh, yeah. A lot going on in the world. I want to have a conversation with you. Yes, she does. It's pink and green, y'all. It is pink and green. I wish I could turn these cameras so y'all can see it. Now the only reason I want to do it is because it's like a dingy AKA shirt. Like she had it for a long time. It's like almost like she secretly wanted to be a part of AKA, didn't tell anybody, had it when she was like 12, kept it, and she decided to wear it today. I wish I could turn these cameras around. I really do. But it's very it's if you know you Mallory, if you know it, if you know you know. Who? Mal. Who was on that line with y'all? It was Mallory on that line with y'all. You, Chris. Hmm. Yeah, it's a whole AKA shirt, y'all. You thought I wasn't gonna notice it. I was gonna notice. I was gonna tell everybody. Boy, if I could turn these cameras so people can see what she has on. Hmm. Can't believe it. People need to see this. Turn the camera on. Yeah. Brand, would you do me a favor?
I'm not going
No, we're talking about that. Play the clip for us.
the original one or the
Um,
one for you?
play the first one for us.
The original?
Yeah. And then
I
we'll play
know
the
that
second.
you've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Ayanla, to how women need to, I don't know, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned
Did she
to
admit
protect
to
or
being
provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
If
a
he
bus
owns the bus, if he owns
No.
it.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus.
All right. Play the second one.
I will say this, to Envy's point of our people not knowing, I agree with you, which is why I am so incensed and I'm so committed to having this conversation. Right now, if you single family homeowners, if you need a tree cut from your yard, that truck that's gonna cut it down is not cranking for less than $5,000. So we have to talk about those things. And so y'all can get stuck in mediocre and average and the terminology and your hurt feelings if you want to. I suggest you get out of those feelings and you start thinking about HVAC. You start thinking about heating and air. You start thinking about, oh, what would it look like to be an electrician and own my own business? And again, in ownership, not working for a salary job for somebody else unless that is your maximum skill set. So if you're somebody that says, hey, I don't want to take on the work, or I cannot take on the work of balancing the books and running the taxes and doing, got it, no problem. Then go do that.
So those aren't average jobs.
It's around your skill set. It's not about the job being average, it's your skill set. If you know that, if C and D, back to the academics, if that is your best, God bless you. I just know for a lot of us, that is the bigotry of low expectations. That is an academic social science study done by a man named Michael Gerber, okay? And it's important that we have expectations for our black children that start at the top, to Mandy's point earlier, that says, I see the best in you, I expect the best in you. If you fall short of that, let's look at why that is, and then we go about the business of black collaboration.
You told one big lie today.
What was that?
You are an entertainer. Because, to be honest with you, nothing you said in this moment was wrong, but the clip that you put
It was
out,
salacious on purpose.
there's no way, Ebony, because I believe you. I know you want better for us. I know that
Nah,
you're
they don't
speaking from a
understand,
place
man.
of honesty and love.
I think everybody. First of all,
And I
you
think
all, this
one can't exist
this
without
beautiful
the other.
black queen here. Her name is Ebony Williams. Phenomenal. Just a phenomenal mind. I love her work. I love what she's, and I didn't know anything about her, I don't think, prior to last week, and the statement that she made with Ayanna. I totally, I think she was kind of, I think she was sideswiped a little bit. And what I mean by that is when Ayanna asked her the question, would you date a bus driver? I want to start by saying when I didn't watch the entire podcast that Ebony Williams had, that Ayanna was on. Ebony Williams had, I think she had her on a podcast. They're Soros, by the way. You actually have them on their shirt. You have them on their Nelia. Ayanna and Ebony Williams are both proud members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated, and you have on their shirt. So you will love this particular show. Okay. Anyway, but I think I think Ebony was sideswiped a little bit. Number one, number two, I think both parties are right. I totally understood. I didn't watch the full episode, but I watched the clip, and of course, people were talking about it. It's something that happened last week, and Ebony said, Ayanna asked Ebony, "Would you date or marry?" She said, "Date a bus driver." Correct?
She asked her what she did.
Would she date a bus driver? And Ebony said, if he owned the bus. Okay. Now, of course, everybody is tripping about that. Everybody is, I mean, they are attacking Ebony for that statement. Now, here's what I said yesterday, and I'm going to say it again publicly on the platform with these 15 people that are so gracious enough to allow me to speak to them. Okay. I don't personally know. When I say personally, let me put it to you like this. And I learned this from my father. I want you to check what I'm talking about out. My father is one of the most phenomenal men that I've ever encountered. He raised us. No, I don't have any slight against people who you don't know or you didn't know or you don't have a relationship with your father. But I will never come off ever as if my father was not present and that my father didn't raise us. My father worked at UPS when he was and I think he was like out of high school. Then he found out that his girlfriend was pregnant with my brother. And so he goes off to the Marine Corps. He leaves the Marine Corps and goes into state government. And then from state government, he just changes history with pastoral ministry. Okay. My father raised us. I'll never forget this. My sister came home. They were kids. All right. And you have to understand the culture in which we grew up in. Great family, but we lived on. We grew up in what is currently and what was then one of the most impoverished places in the country. And so the high school, neighborhood, friends, we ain't gangbangers. Like for real, we were not dope boys for real. All of our friends were and all of that stuff. And we tried it. Look, I knew I couldn't do the game for real. They were like, we about to go rob some stores and stuff. I'm like, man, look, I won't be able to rob nobody. Not the candy store. First of all, I like candy too much. I ain't about to bite the hand that feed me. You want to rob the candy store? I'm like, I'm not about to bite the hand that feed me. Y'all got to find somewhere. Now, you find somewhere else to rob. They were like, oh, we're going to do the bank. So that's a little too serious because on the movies, they always get caught. And I don't want no parts of that. So I just let them do that. I went home. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I'll never forget this. So you start dreaming and you have aspirations in two places or from two places. From what your father is telling you can be, but what your surroundings, what it's telling you can be, whether it be our exposure, whether it be the friendships that we have, etc. And so my sister came home one day. She was a kid, and she said, Dad, I want to be a beautician. I want to do hair. And Dad, he cut that off real quick. All right. Now, before you get offended, Dad made it clear. He was like, now you won't be a beautician. He said that with, look, now you understand, my aunt, 20 something years, beautician, had her own shop, did it in the house, A, B, C, and D, blah, blah, blah. My mom and my sister went to my aunt. Listen, if they didn't go to the beautician, which was my family, my aunt, my mom's sister, you're talking about, you may have some patches, bald head, right? But when my sister said, I want to be a beautician, Dad heard that, said, no, that won't happen here. Now, he said, there's nothing wrong with being a beautician. This is what he said. I remember the conversation. He said, there's nothing wrong with being a beautician. But he said, but you can be more. So now here's this interesting thing. Let's speed the culture up 20 years from the moment my dad said that. If my daughter walked up to me and said, Dad, I want to be a beautician, I'm going to say, all right, go forward. But get this, you will not only be a beautician. You will own your brand. I will purchase the LLC for you. I will give you $150,000 to start, because what we're going to do is franchise it. We're going to franchise it, right? But it's one of the most lucrative things you can do right now. Back then, you ready? Back then, it was considered a medium wage, or let's say an average job. 20 years later, it's a thing to do. But in that particular culture, it was considered, in theory, oh, that's the average job. Right? All right, so Ebony, now this was so Ayanna asked her, would you date a bus driver? And she said, if he owns the bus. And we're now being emotional because now she has never, in any of the interviews from this, she has never said they're nobodies, they're bums. She said her mom was a bus driver, but she is bringing the facts. And this is what she said that blew my mind. She said, but 10 years from today, I don't know if the bus driver's job will exist because of what? AI. And so she's trying to communicate that if African American people do not become and take on more, you ready? Exceptional thinking, because of our disadvantages economically, educationally, and in the area of health, we're going to continue to be pushed down the pole of success. And you know what's going to eventually, this is what we really need to talk about. What's going to eventually happen is the vast majority of our people will not even be considered lower class. We will be impoverished as the world evolves. I'm going to bring educators. I'm gonna put in this room 3 or 4 educators, and I'm going to let them tell my audience how talented our kids are, but how dumb the school systems are allowing them to be and pushing them out into society. And we won't be able to qualify for certain things because of this school system that is saying, and hear me, and 9 times out of 10, the people who will have the unfair advantage, they're the people that currently have the unfair advantage, and it's people of color. All right, so let me go back. This is the statement I made yesterday, and you were in the room. I said, I don't know a woman that I'm around that would date a bus driver. Just off of that information. Would you date a bus driver? That's just like, listen, I have a doctorate degree and I'm pursuing a PhD. And if you ask me, would you date a beautician or what'd you say? A lunch lady. I'm not going, I need some more information. I need some more information because if you don't give me nothing, I'm going to say no. Now, here's why I'm saying that. Because it then turned into the Breakfast Club where Envy was saying, I deal with regular people who they drive buses, they're police officers. I used to be a police officer. Those regular jobs. But those regular jobs, they make the world turn. They make the world work. But what they were saying was, Envy was like, I deal with people who have regular jobs and they do those jobs for the benefits, A, B, C, and D. And these people have property, they own things. So we cannot perpetuate that if you do those types of jobs, you're a bum. And that's all you have. You don't have education. You don't have any. We'll be talking about this all day. What she was saying, based upon what Ayanna presented to her, would you date a bus driver? Yes, I will. If he owns something. Now, isn't that the narrative that we're pushing the last 5 years all on social media? Everybody's trying to own something. So what she said was, yes, I'll date the bus driver if he is an entrepreneur, if he's a CEO, if he has a position that he's not working for someone, but he works for himself and other people. Isn't that what we're trying to do? Isn't that what society isn't that what Black America is starting to really move into? Ownership. And so get this, but because of our average thinking, we heard, ain't nothing wrong with a bus driver. She's a lawyer. And so we heard, oh, my grandmama was a bus driver. My granddad was a bus driver. All of this things. So we heard it out of our feelings. And we forgot that what she said is what everybody's trying to do. Be an owner. All right. So let me help you real quickly. She was stating the facts about culture, about society, about Black America. She was giving a bunch of facts, y'all, and we're going to talk about it Monday. Like, I'm so excited about Monday. We're going to have it. So Bandwidth Monday night, we're going to laugh and we're going to have a good time, but we're going to also have some real serious conversations. I'm changing up. I'm bringing some hitters Monday, some people who can have deep conversations about the condition of Black America. But today, I want to say this, y'all. I was driving this morning, and this is the thought that came. The conversation is what's exceptional, what's average, what's mediocre. That's the conversation, right? What's exceptional, what's average, what's typical, what's mediocre. And what I'm finding out is exceptional does not mean position. Exceptional does not mean position. Here's why. Because we have people in high positions that they don't need to be there. There are people in high positions that they are horrible and, or I'll say horrific people. So I cannot predicate my definition on exceptional. I can't predicate that, or I can't make that the standard. I can't make a position the standard of the definition of exceptional. Because there are some people who have powerful positions and they are not exceptional people. They're actually horrific people. Okay. So I was thinking about this. I'm like, yo, what if a cat gets out of jail and because he's a convicted felon, or let's say he's not a felon, he just has misdemeanor in and out of jail for 5-10 years, and then he finally gets himself together and he reaches bus driver for the city. He was poor, criminal, something clicked in his head. You got to change your life. You got to turn your life around. So he leaves criminal activity and starts working at a grocery store. And he works there for 2 or 3 years. And we look up in 10 years, he's a bus driver. He has benefits. It's a phenomenal job. Is he average? Couldn't be. He's actually exceptional. Now watch this. Let's say a person, and I'm almost done with the show. Let's say a person grows up, great family, they graduate from college, they go to law school, and they're a lawyer. And everybody around them is saying, dude, you're good enough to be a judge. And they say, I don't want to. Or they start the process of being a judge and they quit. And they start again and they quit. And let's go into their personal lives. They always start the gym. They're a lawyer. They always start the gym and they quit. They have disgusting diets. They start a little diet and then they go back to eating how they. Is that person, they don't read. They don't really win a lot of cases, not because they're not gifted enough. Or let's say they do. But they just don't push themselves to be the judge that everybody's saying they can be. Who's more exceptional? The guy that became the bus driver or the lawyer that does not have discipline and does not have passion enough to be the judge? Interesting. Oh, that makes sense. And in that case, I don't care how powerful the lawyer is in terms of position. They're average. And it was that gentleman that got out of jail or prison and said, I'm gonna work here for 2 years, but I'm gonna be a bus driver for a school system, for the city. And they are fun. And then you look up one day and they are managers of that same bus system. You understand what I'm saying? I would put my money on him any day over that lawyer that finished law school, but they refused to be more when they had the potential. So here's the point. Here's the point of the story today. What is exceptional, ladies and gentlemen? Exceptional has nothing to do with what you do. Exceptional is how you think. Average has nothing to do with what you do. Now, are there average jobs out there? Absolutely, y'all. Are there typical jobs out there? Absolutely. Just like there's a typical body weight. We call it the average body weight or the average height. There is a word with a definition of average. It's called there is a word called average with a definition of average that we all can fit in. Like, for example, if you're 6'1", I'm 6 flat. All right. So that means I have the average height. I'm not 6'5", I'm not 5'5", I'm an average height. So you can be average. You can be average in your body weight. You can be average in your performance. That if you do some type of sports, you're not a poor performer, but you're not killing charts. You average performer. All right. You can be an average singer. You can be okay. You can be bad. Like, you can be a straight bum. You can be a criminal, right? Then you can be somebody that's just phenomenal, that the world pays attention to. There is a such thing as average. And just because your mom, your father, your sister, your brother, or your husband and wife, they fit into the average, that does not mean that exceptional does not exist. We can all, and I think we are all average in some regard. All right. So we appreciate what your mama and your grandmama did and how they raised you, and they were powerful. But there are jobs, weight classes, performance. Y'all, if you make, I was a C student. That's not considered exceptional. That's average. Okay? Has nothing to do, you ready? Has nothing to do with the man I am on the inside. But when you look at the data, you compare it to F's and A's, I'm in the middle. B's and C's, average performer. All right, so. But I want to go further and help you all understand this. That what average, typical, and exceptional is really about, because we all have different capacities. Everyone won't make all A's. Everyone won't be the president of the United States. Everyone won't go viral. Everyone will not own millions and millions of dollars worth of real estate. Everyone won't own their own company. Everyone won't get a Grammy. Everyone will not get an Emmy. Everyone won't get a documentary made or created for them. And that does not mean you're average, because average has something to do with how you think. Write this down, ladies and gentlemen, before I go this morning. If you are more and you settle for just, you are average. If you are more and you settle for just, you are average. If you can be more, do more, accomplish more, and you just settle for just enough to get by, just so I can pass, that's average. Just so I can have food on my table, just so I can go out and have a good life. And there's something in you that can do more. Ladies and gentlemen, you're average. I want to give you 5 things to consider. What is an exceptional person? And here it is, y'all. Number 1, an exceptional person is a humble person. We need more humility. We need people who are not arrogant. We need people who are not self-centered. We need people who know how to interact with people, that they are more concerned with other people than they are concerned with other people being concerned about them. Ralph Stockman says this: true humility is intelligent self-respect, which keeps us from thinking too highly or too meanly of ourselves. It makes us modest by reminding us how far we have come short of what we can be. We need people who think more of others than they think about themselves. And when you are a person that's self-absorbed, self-centered, and you only care about your life and your condition, you are average. Number two, exceptional people are concerned with making themselves better. They are trying to develop every single day. I put on Facebook a couple of days ago, I said, I hate to read. I just do it because I don't want to be dumb. So exceptional people are trying to grow and develop themselves. They are not satisfied with how they are and who they are. Every single day they wake up pursuing personal advancement beyond money. Hear me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to be a better man, because your children, though they need money, they will not, when they turn 40 and 50 years old, they will not harp on and be mad at they were not able to go to Disney World. By that time, they would have gone to Disney World 10 times. What they will be mad at and what they will resent is the fact that your character, that you didn't spend time with them. You didn't make time for them. You walked out on them. You abandoned them. You spoke, you talked down to them. I just talked about my father that taught us, that would not allow us to settle. So he's exceptional because he raised us. That's exceptional. So what am I saying? Character breaks average. When you're trying to develop as a person, you're not exceptional if you lie all the time. You're not, I don't care how much money you have. If it's just second nature to lie your way out of stuff, lie when you're uncomfortable, lie when you're afraid, I don't care how many businesses you have. If you got those businesses by lying, cheating, and stealing, you're not exceptional. You're garbage. You're garbage. You are not I don't care. We can walk into your business and you say, I have this, I have that, I have that. We walk into your house and it's 4 stories. If you got it off of robbing and stealing and cheating, you are garbage. And the person that has a regular apartment that's honest, that's decent, that works, that they care and they're considerate of other people, that's exceptional. So if you are growing internally, and if you wake up every morning, I want to grow and be better, that's exceptional. Number 3, get this, discipline. Discipline is exceptional. There are people who will never be rich, but they get up in the morning and they pray. They get up in the morning and they read. They get up in the morning and they meditate. They get up in the morning and they work out. They get up in the morning and they stick to a meal plan. After work, they don't always find themselves making excuses about working out. Or there's a person that gets up in the morning and they have a routine with their children. They're committed to praying with their kids and spending time with them before they get on their social media or their cellular devices. There's a parent that will never be rich, but they're exceptional because they are disciplined. They have a regimen. They have a habit. There are people out there, they say, I refuse to let my child ride the bus because I want to be the first person they see. I want to be the first person they see when they get up in the morning and the first person they see when they leave school. That's exceptional. I don't want to put them on the bus. They can go to the bus, but for the first 10, 15 years of their lives, I want to be their transportation. Why? Because I want to pray for them. I want to talk to them before they go to school. I'm not talking about the people that can't do it, but that's exceptional. That's it. The person that says, I'm coming home to my children every single day. That's exceptional. That's discipline. When you get pissed off, when you're not motivated, you still show up. That's exceptional. Not the person that calls out of work because you're tired. That's exceptional. The person that keeps showing up to the task that they don't really want to be a part of. They don't want to do, but hear me, which leads me to number 4. They are doing it because exceptional people are always thinking about things bigger than themselves. Exceptional people are concerned with things bigger than themselves. Remember I talked about that selfishness where you can't be exceptional and selfish at the same time, because exceptional people are always involved and concerned with things bigger than themselves. When I talk to people all the time, I say, I live for you, not for me. That my mission in life, I get up every morning for you, not for me. Everybody looks at me like I'm crazy because it's against the norm. Nobody is living for other people now. Everybody's living for their own family, their own agenda. And exceptional people, hear this, we would not have the Dr. Kings, we would not have the Malcolm X's, we would not have all of these phenomenal people in history if they have you ever asked yourself, what would make a man keep going, fighting for civil rights after people shot up your house with your children in it? And you didn't quit. All of us would have been like, all right, it's over. My assignment is over. But this man continued. What would make you, most of us, we can't handle someone disagreeing with us on social media. You most definitely ain't built to be assassinated. Don't worry about somebody trying to kill you. You're too selfish for someone else to try to kill you. No, don't worry about that. You will never be assassinated because you're too selfish to be assassinated. The government only assassinates people that can make differences. That's living for something bigger than themselves. Don't worry about that. You'll be fine. No one is hating on you other than people you went to school with or a few friends. But if you really want to make impact and change the world, live for something bigger than you. Be a part of things bigger than you. Number 5. I have one. I think I'm number 5. Exceptional people, they have vision and purpose. That's interesting. Vision and purpose. Let me help you real quickly, y'all. I hope this makes sense. A couple of years ago, this girl, she's like 19, 20, 21, something like that. She's driving at a high speed. It's like 100 miles per hour or something like that. And she ends up killing 2 people. A police officer she kills a police officer on the highway, and she kills the police officer that was arresting someone. So he was on a traffic stop. So the police officer and the person that the police officer was out with on the stop, this black girl killed both of them driving 100 miles per hour. We went to her Twitter. She had done it before, and she was bragging about doing it. She was bragging about driving. I drive fast or something like that. And then a few weeks later, she ended up killing 2 people. Well, she was, when you went down the timeline, you saw that she was like into hair or something like that. Entrepreneur, so forth. Well, she'll never do that again. Her life is over. Her life is over. It's done. I don't even think she's been convicted yet. I think she's still waiting trial. But her life is over. It's done. Okay. What blows my mind is you can have a dream, but not purpose. You can have dreams, but not have purpose. You can have dreams, y'all ready? But not vision. If I was talking to a church group, a church audience, I would say, you can have dreams, but not vision. Because dreams, don't miss this, everyone is born with a dream. Everyone can see themselves doing something bigger. That's not vision, though. In the Bible, it says that that you perish without vision. And so it's like, oh, you perish without dreams, right? No, vision is that which causes restraint when you study what vision is in the Bible. The people perish. There's no vision there. So you can have a dream and see yourself doing something, but it doesn't mean that it's vision, because vision causes you to restrain your behavior. Vision causes you to not do certain things. Dreams, you can be high talking about your dreams. You can be drunk talking about your dreams. You can have dreams and go and kill somebody the next day. But when you have vision for your life, it causes you to restrain your undisciplined behavior. And that's a story that people who are exceptional, they have vision and purpose. They know why. I know why. I don't always know what, but I know why. I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like. I don't know what I'll be doing 15, 20 years from, but I know that my why is for this particular purpose here in life. Did that make sense? That's exceptional. And it's not exceptional to have a bunch of dreams, but live reckless lives. But vision causes you to live a narrow life because there's something that you're trying to accomplish. And here's my last one. Average people or exceptional people, don't miss this, they have a positive attitude towards life. Meaning this, average people are negative. Average people are negative. Anytime you're around people who are constantly talking about what they can't, what they won't, they're not able, they don't qualify, those are average people. And I tell it to their face. You're around people that I'm not this. I'm around people, even at church, I'll tell them, you come to me and tell them, I'm gonna say, you're average. Oh, I don't think I'm qualified to do this. I don't think I can. Well, you're average. You're not ready to be exceptional. You can't do anything with anyone that does not believe. Belief is everything. You can't do anything with a person. You can't do anything with a person that you see more for them than they see for themselves, than they want for themselves, that they believe. That's average. And those people will continue to be average. And it's so interesting. It doesn't matter if it's secular or if it's in the ministry. It doesn't matter if it's family. If a person constantly feeds themselves this narrative that they are not qualified, that they can't, that they cannot be great, that they cannot accomplish, that it's not for them, that success is not for them, that greatness is not for them, that doing something beyond what they're used to, if that's not for you, then you can't do anything with that person. Optimism is the foundation for greatness. The I can, the boy the gentleman wouldn't have been able to be the bus driver if he was, man, these white folk ain't gonna let me do. I ain't gonna do that. They keep hearing me. That exceptional people don't take no for an answer. And exceptional people will get no a lot. But if you're constantly, if you're constantly feeding yourself this narrative that you can't accomplish, the first no, you'll quit. Exceptional people, I was in Albany a few weeks ago, and my father pointed to a lady that he said she failed the real estate exam 11 times and passed it on the 12th. So technically, by definition, she's average, because typical means what you're doing can be compared to someone else. That's typical. That means that there are other people out there that do what you do. So her occupation is typical, real estate. She is exceptional. We can find 100,000 people that's into real estate. But you can't find 100,000 people that'll take that test 11 times. And if you're not that type of person that'll keep doing it, because you know it's vision in you, it's passion in you, it's purpose in you. That's the only thing that'll make a person do it 11 times. And when you don't have that, you will get no and quit the first time. She's exceptional. So that means you can take her, you can put her in real estate, you can put her in law school, you can put her in church, you can put her as a mother, you can put wherever you put her, because of what she is on the inside, she'll always win. And that's a person you can work with. A person that cannot believe in themselves is always some type of negative thought about their performance and who they are. They'll never do anything. Optimism, positivity. There's a saying that I learned from my father: attitude determines altitude. Not God. Attitude determines how high you go. Attitude. There are people who don't acknowledge God, but they will on earth, they will be greater than you because they have a better attitude. All right, I'm done. We'll save the rest for Monday at 8:30. Welcome to Bandwidth, y'all. Welcome to Bandwidth, yo. Go and be great. Whatever you do, don't forget to be a lion. Too easy. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in to Bandwidth in the Morning. Do me a favor, like, share, tag, press that subscribe button, press the download button, and give me a thumbs up, y'all. Support your boy so we can eat, man. Hope you have a great and phenomenal weekend. It's going to be dope. Is it raining today? Well, the weather outside. What is the well, whatever it is, put your rain boots on. Do y'all have rain boots? I think that's Cap. But it is raining today. All right, so y'all be safe. Wear your seatbelts. No drinking and driving. Have a phenomenal weekend. Go to church. Go to church this Sunday. It's going to be craziness. Yeah, that's my primary job, y'all. You can come to my church, 4209 Northeast Expressway. It's pretty dope, man. The music going to be fire. Pastor cute, too. You feel me? All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in.